大家好，歡迎大家收睇《長談》呢個節目。我哋節目主持人姚永安，今日同大家討論嘅話題咧就係難民、伊斯蘭同埋仲有呢個 M103 動議嘅呢三個咧都係近期咧非常之熱門嘅話題嚟嘅。咁啊，今日好高興咧請嚟一位嘉賓咧，就係一位難民，本身亦都係一位伊斯蘭嘅信徒。咁佢就係Nouri Al Hassani。咁啊，呢位朋友咧就其實喺90年代初咧就係一位難民嚟到加拿大嘅，咁佢亦都係素利市咧其中一個伊斯蘭嘅廟嘅上一任嘅負責人嘅 president 嚟嘅，咁佢亦都喺呢度嘅時候咧係成立咗一個叫 Part1 International 嘅組織，係專門為本地同埋外國嘅貧童咧就做一啲善事嘅。咁啊，好高興今日請到嚟我哋嘅 studio 咧，咁啊同我哋講下頭先我哋所講嘅三個話題。Welcome to our show, Nouri.
Welcome.
嗱，首先咧，我就要問下你㗎啦。咁啊，你係一位難民啦。其實當日你點樣係成為難民，同埋點解係會嚟到加拿大嘅咧
Well, if you remember in 1991, that's where the time I left Iraq and I became a refugee and I had to escape the country to a refugees camp in Saudi Arabia. That's exactly on March 28, 1991. And I had to spend 6.5 years in that refugees camp with my family, with about 60,000 refugees in that time in that refugees camp before I came to Canada in mid-1996.
OK 嗱，咁但係我都仍然想問你嘅，咁啊你就話俾我聽，我哋就去咗個難民營啦。咁但係點解你要去個難民營咧
Well, if anyone remember what happened in Iraq in 1991, right after Saddam's and the government that time invasion Kuwait. So the collision of, what happened in the war, which with getting Iraqi army out of Kuwait in 1991, there's a huge revolution or rebel against the government, against Saddam's in that time. For me, I get two people executed from my family. My oldest brother, he was a doctor and executed in 1981, and also my father in 1991. And until now, we did not receive the body. We just received a piece of paper from the government in that time from saying that both are gone, so don't look after them, they are being executed. So I had to flee because the time comes to me and to my other brothers, so we had to flee the country just to save our life.
So can you tell us why they are being prosecuted or executed? What did they do?
Well, I'm very sure the people still remembers what's happening to Iraqi people under Saddam's regimes in that time. Saddam took the government became as a president in 1979, and since that. The Iraq went under lots of horrible time, starting the war between Iraq and Iran for 8 years, and after that, we got no freedom. We got, a good life for the people, and a regime took anyone who said no for the regime that time to the jail or even being executed. Me, myself, I remember when I was in high school, exactly in grade 10 in that time, they took us and exposed us to when they took a bunch of people that they escaped the army in that time, and they executed them in front of their family in a soccer field in my city. So yes, the people of Iraq under lots of horrible time under Saddam's regime at that time. So that's why my father and my brother got executed, because they stood against the government, and also they stood to free the people, to free themselves, to call for freedoms.
OK， 咁你就喺個難民營度住咗6年，咁跟住就嚟到加拿大。咁總共你係花咗幾多時間先至可以嚟到加拿大咧？
The process it took about normal process took in a year and a half. But for me, it took 2.5 years from the first interview by the Canadian immigration officer at that time. I remember in 1994, February 1994. the first interview with Canadian immigration officers. But then it took 2.5 years, until all the paperwork, because I got married in that refugee camps, and I got 2 kids born in that refugee camp. So the process took longer than normal.
OK， 咁你就係幸運嗰個啦。咁因為頭先你所講就係話，即係大多數嘅人咧都係揀唔到嚟加拿大嘅。咁你嚟加拿大時，我知道好多難民嚟到咧都係要孭一身債嘅。咁喺你嘅情況係點？同埋你嚟到加拿大嘅生活係點咧？
Yeah, it was a funny story, Kent, when I came with my family. We are the only family who came to Canada in that time, actually to Vancouver. We came like 3-4 families together, but some family, they went to Toronto, the final destination. But me and my wife and my kids, the final destination was Vancouver. To be honest, I didn't know nothing about Vancouver at that time. All I know is there's a country called Canada. And when we arrived I remember through British Airways from Heathrow Airport to Toronto. In Toronto, I saw a gentleman having a sign with my name in Arabic. And when I saw him, I had to follow him. I do speak English, but not very well. So he had to take me through the custom that time, check all my luggages and all these things, and stamp it used to be a landed immigrant paper, the long form. That's where I came with anyway. And then after that, he took me to another flight. He asked me to board a plane from Toronto to Vancouver. We arrived after midnight, around 2 a.m. in the morning. And here in Vancouver Airport as well, we saw a gentleman. He carried a sign with my name, and I had to follow him. And then he took me outside, and I had to take, he asked me to take in a cab there. He paid the taxi driver. And then the taxi driver drove me with my family all the way to the downtown Vancouver. And that's where we call it a welcome house. And it's still until now. And in that welcome house, there's a lady, she's waiting for us. And she knows that we are coming as a family, a refugees family. So ending up in that ending up in that welcome house for about 3 weeks before I was able to get some help from a relative who lives here and to move out to renting an apartment that time.
呢個遭遇其實同即係我所知道啲敍利亞難民呢1-2年嚟加拿大其實都好類似嘅。咁但係即係你冇答我個問題就係話，即係咁你嚟到嘅時候咧，我知道難民咧都係要孭一個債，就加拿大政府要收翻關於佢呢個驗身啊，同埋係運輸即係坐飛機嚟呢度嘅錢嘅。咁對你個家庭嚟講，當時呢個債係幾多咧？
Yeah, I remember we are 4, me and my family, we had to pay, the loan was about $6,000 in that time. And we had to pay it in the second year, if I remember correctly, when we, to get the first job actually after 2.5 years. It took me a little bit long time actually to get the job. So after I get the job, we start paying off the loan. Even before a year before, we had to pay $20, $25 a month. Then after that, after I get the first job, I had to, wherever the officers, I think he had to contact my employer in that time, and they had to cut that, the money from my paycheck every 2 weeks. They cut, I remember it's 150 or 200 every 2 weeks from my paycheck before even I get my money. So anyway, I had to pay that $6,000, the whole amount at that time. And it does affect my income, to be honest, because when I got hired, there was, I think, $12 or $11 per hour in that time. And you had to pay the loan and you had to pay the other expenses. So ending up, yes, it's affecting with 2 kids, affecting really too much. But anyway, I had to pay the whole things.
係咯，我諗其實就Nouri 都同我哋講咗咧，就係即係唔單止係佢當時，其實大多數難民嚟到加拿大咧，都係要孭一身債。咁加拿大政府咧就係要收翻呢個難民家庭嘅驗身啊，同埋呢個坐飛機嚟呢度嘅費用。咁仲要喺上面加上利息嘅。咁Nouri 嘅故仔就係話，對於即係新嚟到呢度嘅時候，即係人生路不熟，又未有工做嘅時候咧，當時都好辛苦嘅。咁但係有個即係唔好嘅 嘅一邊，亦都有好嗰邊咧，就係原來喺咁多年以嚟咧嚟加拿大嘅難民咧，就有超過90%嘅難民家庭咧，都係能夠將呢筆債咧係還清嘅。咁其實亦都顯示到就係話，即係嚟加拿大嘅難民咧，基本上咧佢哋都係揾到工作做，係能夠還到呢啲錢。咁所以其實即係好多人就認為就難民究竟係咪即係一個社會嘅負擔？咁其實咧，如果從呢個角度去睇咧，如果佢哋真係能夠揾到工做，還到錢俾政府咧，而且唔係一筆少嘅錢咧，咁其實都顯示到就係難民其實喺加拿大咧都係有唔錯嘅發展嘅。咁呢一節講到呢度，下一節翻嚟咧同大家再講下即係呢個宗教同埋 M103嘅一啲議題啦。